Hey everybody. Okay, so this video is going to be super short and this is going to cover how to do an outline. I know, fantastic stuff, right guys? Okay, so bear with me as I bring some stuff up. I'm going to show you an example of an outline that I have done. Okay, so feels forever ago, but it's cool. All right, so what we are doing with outlines is basically you're going to try to set yourself up for success with your research paper. By breaking it down to these very basic components, you guys have now given me a topic, you've given me your thesis. Okay, so now you're going to give me an outline. It might seem like it's just extra unnecessary work. However, when you guys sit down to go do your paper, you kind of now have a roadmap, so to speak, of what you wanted to talk about, okay? Or at least salient points that you, at the time of writing your outline, you wanted to discuss. Obviously, you guys have, creative freedom with this. But anyway, so what I want you to do is you are going to have your heading, which is right here. Okay, here's my heading. And your header, which is right here. All right, I want you to throw your thesis on there. I am going to be taking a closer look again at thesis statements as we do this. Remember that your thesis statement has to be something that you're going to prove. It has to be something controversial. Okay, it has to be something that I can argue with you about. Don't worry, I'm really not going to argue with you. It might seem that way because, we don't actually see each other face to face, but I'm really not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to help you get your thesis better. Anyway, so my paper, this particular paper, was about Charles Manson and how he used language to manipulate people into doing his bidding. Okay, so we all know that, if you don't know who Charles Manson is, Google him if you feel like it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. But he was sentenced to life in prison for murdering the actress Sharon Tate and her unborn child. But the problem is that he wasn't there. He didn't actually do it. So that's cool. So anyway, how do you convict somebody that's not physically there, right? That was the point, is that he used his words to do it. And that's why he was in prison. But anyway, I digress, sorry. So this is my outline. That's it. Look at how easy that is. Okay, so what I want you to do is you're going to have your first your first Roman numeral, which will be your introduction. Okay, then I want you to have 2, 3, and 4 as your body paragraphs. So if we start a new document, okay, I got to make sure that I'm sharing this. Okay, so new document. So first Roman numeral is going to be your introduction. Okay, so here's what you can currently copy right now. If I could type, this would be fantastic. Nope, number 1. Number 2. Now, obviously, you guys are going to have a 7 to 10 page paper. So there are going to be more than 3 body paragraphs. But for the sake of your outline, I just want you to talk about 3 of them. Okay, so this will be posted obviously on Canvas as well for you guys to utilize as a template. So I'll post my example and I'll post this template. Okay, so your introduction. The first thing that I want you to tell me is your thesis. You are going to copy and paste it. Copy and paste here. Okay, so then what you need is you're going to need some type of hook. So think of your hook. How do you get somebody interested in reading your paper? Okay, so occasionally with papers, you have an anecdote, which is like a short story. You can ask a question. However, remember that with these papers, we are not writing in first person. We are not writing in second person. Okay, keep it third person, they, them, their, people, persons, viewers, readers. Yeah, that's all I got. So the only instance with the question is that, most of the time questions are put in second person. Have you ever seen or have you ever heard of, have you ever stopped to wonder? So how do you change the wording? You'd have to think about that pretty deeply. Okay. It would be more like, does this, or what would this look like? So much more of an existential question instead of a direct question. Okay. So think of your hook. Then you're going to have, I don't know, some type of topic. Okay. You have to have background info. Okay. And then of course, we're going to go right into our body paragraph. So the first thing that you're going to have is a transition sentence. Okay. And this is going to be this will be in every paragraph. Okay. It's either going to be at the beginning of a paragraph. Shoot, I can't type. Or it's going to be at the end of the previous paragraph. Okay. Transition paragraph. All right. Oh, shoot. Why am I writing paragraph, guys? See, if we were in class, y'all could have stopped me. Okay. So transition sentence. That means that you can't just kind of be choppy. You have to make it flow. You're going to flow from that last paragraph into this next one. It's going to be fantastic. Okay. You're going to have your transition sentence, then a topic sentence, so that we know what the heck you're going to talk about in this paragraph. Okay. And then of course, evidence. Yes, you need evidence. Okay. So look, this is all I'm going to say, because this is about to be very repetitive. Topic sentence. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, guys. Apparently, it's my first day with my new hands. Okay. Topic sentence. Evidence. Yeah. Okay. So you do not have to give me a full sentence in yours. Remember, this is a template. Okay. What I am typing up right now is a template for what you're going to be putting in there. Okay. So your transition sentence, you can abbreviate as much as you need to, but have something there that doesn't say transition sentence. Same thing with topic sentence. Okay. So your topic sentence is going to be, for example, if we switch back over to my example. Okay. So here is my first body paragraph would be the trials with the linguist, the Manson trial, what linguists can determine, and then the family, developing the family, words on trial, and summation. Okay, so those are my body paragraphs. Here, under Manson trial, it says that there was no linguist, discourse analysis. Okay, so these are going to now be different topics that I'm going to talk about in this particular paragraph. Okay, so I probably am going to end up having 4 paragraphs on just the Manson trial itself. Okay, so those are my topics, which means that I have to have a topic sentence to say that there was no linguist, or what the discourse analysis was, the linguistic proficiency, the linguistic veracity. Okay, so that is very, very, very brief, but it keeps you kind of in line of how you're going to work and word your paper, which is all that I'm looking for, is that you guys have a general idea of what direction you want your paper to go in. Okay, so now let's go back over to our template that we're making. Okay, there we go. So, and then of course your evidence. So if you have a quote that you have already picked out from an outside source or something, you can put the title of the book and the page number or something, just to keep yourselves, all of your information straight. You do need to have 2 outside sources. You'll have 1 primary source and 2 outside sources, which are secondary, sorry. So you'll have a total of 3 sources for your paper. Okay, so those outside sources, don't worry, I'm going to show you guys in another video how to access the library database. So when we get to that, that will help. But just keep in mind that you do have to prove what you're saying. Okay, so just keep that in mind in the back of your head, that it's not completely opinion. Again, we're writing in third person, not first. First would be opinion. Okay, so then you have conclusion. Now, conclusion is where you take your topic sentence from body paragraph 1. Okay, should just copy and paste. Sorry. Normally I have this done, but I think it's okay. The other thing that you should have is a transition sentence. Woohoo! Okay, sorry. And then you're also going to, at some point in this, you are restating your thesis. Okay. And then of course, wrap it up. All right. So your conclusion, now you may or may not need your transition sentences to be kind of often in the conclusion so that you can have your topic sentences flow nicely from one another. And then wrapping it up, you know, did you prove your thesis? Do you feel you proved your thesis? How did you do it? Okay. That's what I want you to think about when you go to do your outline. So I'm going to save this somewhere, not there. Save as desktop. You would think I already have this done, right? Outline template, but I don't. Okay, so that is it on the outline itself. I am not looking for something long. There is no page requirement. I just want at least 5 Roman numerals. So intro, body paragraph 1, 2, and 3, and your conclusion. That's all I'm looking for. Okay, don't forget. Let's, whoopsies, what am I doing? Hold on. Okay. Your heading, sorry, I'm gonna do this constantly. Your name, my name, the date, and the assignment, okay? And then when we get to our paper, in the center, you're gonna have your title, okay? Now, for those of you, you know, working from home, your header, okay? If you are working from Microsoft Office, and it actually works the same on Google Docs, there's just a little variation when we get towards the end, okay? You're gonna go to Insert. You're gonna go to Page Number, which is over here, top of page. You're gonna choose the one that has the page number on the right. And you're gonna type your last name, okay? I'll put your last name right there, okay? Very simple. Google Docs, it is very, I think it's the same. Insert page number and then top of page, I think there's something at the end that I think is a little different, but I don't know. Just be aware of that, okay? So you do need your page numbers up here, right there, okay? Here we go. All right, perfect. That is it, all right? I think I'll stop right there. So your outline is due on Friday the 16th at midnight. And I think that's about it. So I'm gonna let y'all go and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.